Joe Sullivan here. I've just got back from the midnight release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and I have to keep quiet because it's very late and people are sleeping, but I thought I'd do this just to give my initial reaction having just seen the film. And I did something similar actually this time last year with Batman v Superman, and I thought I'd do the same thing with Guardians because it's come out kind of like a week early here in the UK, and I've just seen the film, and overall my kind of first thoughts are that I really enjoyed it. I would have been surprised if I didn't enjoy it, but I thought it was really great. Now I've noticed a lot of reviewers, it's mainly a kind of positive response the movie's gotten overall, but a lot of people seem to be saying, oh, it's not as good as the first movie, and they're kind of comparing it to the first movie, which makes sense, but at the same time, I don't really like that. Yes, it's a Guardians movie, and it's a sequel to the first Guardians, but that aside, it's its own film, and I'm going to judge it based on its own merits, because it does have a lot of similar things to the first movie, the humour, it's got the same kind of comedy, the music obviously. There's a lot of similarities, but at the same time it's a very different film. The first movie, it wasn't, so much about who these people really are. It was more just about, what they've got to do. And it kind of got straight into it there. We didn't really get much of their backstories, we just got straight into the action as it were. But in this movie, it's kind of the reverse, and that usually the first movie is the film that kind of deals with the characters and their backstories, but in this case it's the second movie that does that, and I really enjoyed that personally because there were some really cool action sequences in this film. Don't be under the impression that there's not that many action sequences. It's set in more than just two locations, there's more than just a couple of action sequences, and the action is all really incredible. And a lot of people involved with the film said it's like a really great epic spectacle film, and it is definitely. But what I really appreciated and what I really liked about this film is that it's kind of a character-driven spectacle film, and I really loved that, and I really appreciated that. And I think if you really like these characters as much as I do, and as much as James Gunn and the people involved with this film, then I think you'll really love this film and have a really kind of deep appreciation for it, because you can just tell that James Gunn has such a passion for these characters and really understands these characters and has such a strong hold on this material, and you can feel that passion coming through. And like I said, it's so great because it is so character driven. There's some really great, incredible, cool action sequences in this film, but what drives the story is the characters, and you really care for these characters and you really love these characters, and it's surprisingly very emotional. And what I liked about the first Guardians is that the first Guardians was also emotional. It was very funny, but it was also kind of very emotional, heartfelt and dramatic at times. And this movie does that perhaps even more so. It's even more emotional, I found this second movie to be, and I really liked that because I really wasn't expecting that. And I thought it was really great because, like I said, it is really cool in terms of the action. And if you're just all about action sequences, and if you go into this movie expecting it to be chock full of just action scene after action scene, you probably will be a little underwhelmed because it's got lots of really cool action sequences, but it's essentially at its core a character-driven drama, and that's what I really loved about this film. It was really about these characters and who these people really are deep down underneath, and I really kind of admired James Gunn for that he was kind of willing to take a risk in a sense and not just go massive and big and crazy and just jam pack it full of action sequences, but he kind of sealed it back almost. It was more about the characters and who these people are, whilst at the same time being this really big epic spectacle film. It was really incredible in that respect because it was both kind of epic yet intimate at the same time, both kind of small scale yet kind of gigantic at the same time as well. So I think it was really incredible. So yeah, those are just basically my quick thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I'll get more in depth on a kind of full-blown review, which I'll do at some point within the next week, hopefully. But yeah, overall, I'm not going to compare this to the first Guardians. I love the first Guardians, and I love this movie too. For me, they're both very different films. Because as I said, there's some similarities there, but they were very different. And there was also, before I go, there was a lot of kind of things that happened in this film. I don't want to get into spoilers, but there was a lot of big surprises which I did not see coming, and I was worried going in that it might be a little underwhelming and that it might be a little predictable and not anything that surprising, but I was so wrong. There were so many things. One big thing in particular, I was like, I did not expect them to go that route, and I'm so glad it's not been spoiled, or at least I haven't seen it spoiled anywhere, and I thought it was really incredible. And that was another thing the movie did that I had to give massive props to James Gunn for being kind of brave enough to go in that direction. I thought it was incredibly well done. You know, obviously, you know, all the cast were great. You know, the performances, the visuals, the action, the music. Some people have said, oh, the music's not as memorable as the first one. And I think that's because in this film, the music isn't as kind of overt and in your face as it was in the first one. It's a lot more kind of blended into kind of the what's going on within the, you know, the world of the film. It's not as noticeable, if you will, but I still loved all the music. I thought it worked really well within the context of the story. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap this up now because I could go on and on. There's so many things I loved about this film. As I said, I will go more in depth on a kind of full-blown review at a later date. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really great, similar to the first movie, but also very different at the same time. It did everything that the first movie did that you loved, kind of even more so, whilst at the same time being a lot more kind of intimate and character driven and dramatic and emotional, which I really love. So yeah, that basically wraps up my kind of quick initial kind of first thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And if you like this and you haven't already, be sure to click subscribe to see more. But for now, I've been David O'Sullivan. I'll see you next time. I am Groot.